everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you wanted to join me today because today we're going to talk about zero waste art and how to create and have fun and DIY and explore hobbies without going too far away from the zero waste values and without creating too much trash. Yes! So about 6 months ago, yes. Damn you, linear time. So about 6 months ago, I made a video about zero waste hobbies and how to explore and enjoy your hobbies as a zero waste person if your hobbies specifically are not all related to zero waste practices. Today we're going to talk about zero waste art because I recently started really exploring my interests that are not zero waste related. For 2.5 years, my interests have primarily been related to creating zero waste content, to creating makeup and recipes and all of these things. But I really thought that I wanted to do something more and something that wasn't related to this lifestyle. This is going to be an overall zero waste art talk, but it is also going to be me showing you the merch that I made for my Etsy store. My mom's an artist, so I started out with some supplies that I got from her that she got from someone else, and so in that sense it is pretty loved. I got my tools from her. These are the instruments with which you create lino cut. And the lino itself looks like this. It is made from repurposed linseed like shavings? Linseed oil based, yes. So it is in fact compostable, which I found to be really great. There are some variations of linoleum which has a lot of plastic in it and a lot of, fossil fuel based oils in it. And obviously I'm not going for those, I'm going for the linseed oil based, which is compostable. So again, zero waste alignment. So I started making these lino cuts and I really enjoyed it. I needed to perfect my skills obviously a bit before I was able to sell them, but I also like that it's not super, precise. That is my overall aesthetic on perfection. So obviously what I need to show you also is the paints that I used, because also super conscious, yes. The first paint that I used is a black version of this, but it is one of my mom's old paints that she couldn't use anymore, so now I got to use it. If I'm going to buy or use something from a plastic container, I want it to be a large plastic container because small pieces of packaging and just small, tubes and whatnot is really something that annoys the crap out of me. And like travel size toiletries and that stuff, no, now I'm getting all worked up about it. The other paints that I've used, because I've also painted some of the frames, I've painted the frames for the lino cuts, it's all good, is these paints, slightly smaller, but this is secondhand, which I was so insanely excited about. I went down to one of my local charity shops and I asked them behind the counter if they had any DIY supplies, any crafting supplies and whatnot. And the lady behind the counter said that they did not whatsoever. But then another lady, because they manifest, she came out from behind this curtain where they had all the other things, and she said, we actually just got a box in filled with brushes and paints and whatnot if you want to take a look. And I ended up just buying everything. So the paper is the last thing that I need to show you. It comes like this. I really like the texture of this paper. My mom knows the factory owner that makes it, and it is all completely sustainable. No rainforest, deforestation scares or anything. This is really good, and it's made from recycled paper as well. Oh no. When you have to sneeze just for a second, you go Danish again. No, okay. I haven't used that paper for all of my lino cut because I had some scrap paper that I need to use as well. So I'll just show you what that looks like. It is this paper. It also has a lino cut on it, what do you know? It's this paper that I got from like this bigger notepad that I also got secondhand. And it was secondhand, and on it there was a little label saying rainforest safe. So everything is just good, everything becomes wholesome, just... I don't know what's up with me today. So far I have managed to make lino cut prints with recycled paper, recycled paints, secondhand paints, secondhand supplies, and compostable lino. So far so good. But we are not even remotely done yet. What is there? So obviously I wanted there to be several options on my Etsy store. I wanted you to be able to buy the lino cut print as is, just paper, plain paper, but I also really wanted to make frames. Boy, did we make frames! I didn't make frames per se, but I will show you. Okay, so I went to the thrift store, and I've been going to the thrift store a lot. So we have some rather plain wood frames. They look like this, but I really like this wood color. And then we have the bone design and the chain design. These are actually some of my favorites. I really love them, and they are for sale on my Etsy store. So just FYI. I have the menstrual cup design, which is also just one of my faves. I love it. And then we have my barbed wire, which was inspired by my barbed wire tattoo. And they are in these frames, which I have painted, and I really like them. I like this monochrome look, and it's just everything. A bigger frame with the lotus design in it, which is something that I found to be super popular on the Etsy store. And I thought it was good in a white frame. And I make sure that the frames I buy, they are first of all wood, so no plastic. And that they have glass and not a plastic windowing as well. Because some of them have plastic instead, and I'm not there for that. We're going for recyclables here, buddies. Those are the works that I ended up making zero waste, which is so freaking satisfying. But I want to show you the canvas bags as well, because I thought it would be really fun to put my designs on canvas bags, because people ask me so often where I buy my canvas bags, so I thought maybe there was a market for me giving people some canvas bags, because life. But I wanted them to be a little bit personal, so let's see. Ta-da! It has freaking avocados on it. Yes. The canvas bags that I found, because I looked in a lot of places to find canvas bags that would make sense to use. And I found these. These are made from 100% certified organic cotton, and they are also fair trade. So I don't think it will become any better than that. And then I put my designs on them. I wrote this on the description of these canvas bags as well, but they don't handle water very well, so obviously I would recommend not directly washing them, but just spot washing them if that's needed. But I'm just so excited about them, and obviously for the most part I have washed maybe 3 of my canvas bags like ever. And those are the ones that I buy earthy stuff with, like potatoes and onions and stuff that is potentially dirty. The next batch I'm going to make maybe will be different, because I use different paints according to what paint is in the thrift shop. So we have lotus flowers, we have barbed wire. I really freaking love this barbed wire. And we have chains. So the point of showing you my designs and what I have been doing lately is firstly to let you guys know that this is now available on Etsy, and I would just be super stoked if you wanted to support me, obviously only if you need to or want to, but now it's there and I've gotten so much joy out of making it, and I hope that maybe some of these items will bring other people joy as well. But it's also to show you that you can actually have hobbies and do them consciously and rethink them, and not just sticking in the habits that we usually think about when we think of hobbies. We go to a hobby shop and we get what we need, and like crafts is something that's actually really wasteful, because there's always some sort of waste product. And rethinking how you do your hobbies and how you want to create stuff is a really healthy exercise, and it's been really helpful for me at least, and it's brought me so much joy and satisfaction to actually be able to do this. I'm not going to cry, my throat just sore. So yeah, the point was just really to let you guys know that I really wanted to make something that wasn't digital, that wasn't on the screen, but was something people could grasp and was something that would exist in the real world. And it's brought me so much happiness that I've been able to do that. and it's bringing me even more happiness to see how stoked some of you guys are about this. So if you've seen something in this video that you like, or if you want to explore more of my designs, you can head over to my Etsy. That would obviously make my day. But generally, if you have any hobbies, if you have any sort of thing that you enjoy creating, making, see how you can rethink that and make it more neutral, make it more green. And leave a comment down below and tell me if you've already done so, or what your hobbies are in general. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys help me create green, zero waste content, and I love you guys. You can find the links to my social media accounts down below and the link to my Patreon on this screen. Bye!